Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy that you're here. Today is going to be sort of a fun, not too serious video, if that's okay. I thought I would try out some new art supplies. So these are supervision layering watercolors. Basically what that means is there are multiple pigments packed into each tube, so that when you use wet on wet techniques, they separate and allow you to see multiple hues, which I thought sounded pretty neat. Supervision reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in trying these paints, and I was super intrigued. I've since looked into them and I've seen that there are mixed reviews, but yeah, I was excited to try them out for myself. So the first thing I knew I had to do was swatch them, and I thought I would swatch them on a few different papers, a hot press paper, a cold press paper, and in my sketchbook, my normal sketchbook. Oh, and I do want to say that they have multiple 3-color sets, and this just happened to be the one they sent me. It looks like they sent me the set D on their Amazon listing. So I'm going to list the colors and the pigments that are in these tubes. The first color is called West Lake. It has PV23 and PB36, which is a violet pigment and also a cerulean pigment. I think this one ended up being my favorite. I thought it was really beautiful, and as it dried you can see the violet sort of come out around the edges, and I just think it's lovely. The second color is called Devil Kiss, and it has PV19 and Jasper in it. So the PV19 is a quinacridone violet, and Jasper is Jasper. It has sort of a rusty red look. The third and final paint in this set is called Red Violet. You can maybe see a theme here. They all seem to have some sort of violet in them. So this one has PR3, PV15, and PY3. So the PR3 is Naphthol Red, the PV15 is Ultramarine Violet, and PY3 is Hansa Yellow Light. So I've heard that the Naphthol Red in this one is kind of problematic. Apparently it's a very unstable pigment, and people have said that it is not very light fast at all, and that it not only fades from your painting, but it straight up fades out of the tube. So I can't say this for certain because I haven't had these paints long enough. I do think that the Red Violet is the most interesting of the three because it has 3 pigments in it and it is really beautiful. So I am very intrigued to see if that Naphthol Red sticks around or if it leaves town. So I first swatched on a hot press paper, which is a very smooth watercolor paper. I also swatched on cold press, which has that, classic textured watercolor paper look. And then on my very smooth sketchbook paper, it's a Royal Talon sketchbook, and it isn't mixed media paper or anything like that, but I wanted to see how it would handle it. So I found that both the cold press and the hot press demonstrated the layering effect really well. I didn't see a huge difference, so I think that's just going to come down to preference. In both of these papers, you can see the multiple hues in the swatches. You really only start to see it when they dry, which is really fun to watch. And on the sketchbook, the paper handled the paint really well, but I did find that you are less able to see the multiple colors, so that is interesting to note. Okay, so swatching all done and out of the way, I was ready to paint. So I was sort of racking my brain. I was trying to think of something that I could paint with these colors that they would work for, and I just couldn't get the idea of a skull out of my brain. I don't know, that's what my brain said, and I just decided, you know what, I'm not gonna fight it, I'm gonna give my brain what it wants. And I feel like I've done skulls a few times on this channel, but I don't know, they're fun to draw, they're fun to paint. There are so many interesting forms and shapes, and I feel like it's always fun but also educational. So I found this reference on Pinterest, of course, of a human skull from the Middle Ages. I will have it linked down below. So clearly this skull is super broken, and I thought it had some really interesting shapes to play with. I felt like I could use that large broken area as a way to really see the red-violet color so that I could see how those three pigments would interact and split apart, and if that naphthol red will eventually fade. I wasn't too focused on getting perfect proportions or anything like that. I just wanted to play with these paints and, you know, let them do their thing. With this 3-color set, I basically had 4 values to work with. The darkest being the red violet, the second darkest being the devil kiss, and then the West Lake being the third darkest or sort of mid-tone, and the lightest value was the white of the paper. So that's kind of how I was thinking about it while I was painting this. I started with that West Lake kind of cerulean color, and then I worked my way to the darks. It was really fun building the values in this piece. I really liked the wet on wet effects I could achieve with these. So I left some areas very soft and then had some harder edges so I could draw the eye to certain areas of the painting. Yeah, I had a lot of fun painting this, and though I said there were mixed reviews with these paints, I think they're pretty awesome for the price. And keeping in mind I am not a professional watercolor painter, and watercolor isn't my main medium, but I thought they were super fun and really beautiful, and I think they'll be fun to play around with in the future. I will try and let you guys know how these hold up over time, but I was very impressed with the results. So you can see me finishing up this skull painting with a few colored pencils, just because I wanted to bring some color contrast in with a few warmer colors like some pinks and reds. Was this totally necessary? No, but I was having so much fun. I didn't want the fun to end. You'll also see I add in a couple wonky stars in the bottom left and top right corner of the painting. And looking back at it now, I think it kind of messes up with the balance of the piece, but that's okay. I decided to make the stars the Devil Kiss color because I feel like I didn't show off that paint as much as the Westlake and the red violet in this painting, and I wanted to show off that color too because I think it's also very pretty. So here you can see me peeling off the tape before I paint the stars. I just used a blow dryer to loosen the adhesive. I could probably use washi tape and that would be better. I know all the cool kids use washi tape for taping down their paintings, but I guess I'm just not a cool kid. So I have a little bit of bonus footage for you guys. I did a little doodle in my sketchbook and I used these watercolors again. So what did I decide to doodle in my sketchbook? I decided to doodle a little hermit crab. Don't know why. It came up on Pinterest once again and I thought it would be really cute. So I used the watercolors on the shell of the hermit crab, and I just used some colored pencils and alcohol markers for the crab itself, just to have some color contrast.
I really love doing those Zoom classes. I love doing overs and being able to talk to people about this stuff, so I really hope to do them again. It's going to depend on the schedule, because I've had a lot of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this was a very quick little doodle, but it was super fun, and I thought it was really cute. I've really been enjoying playing with color in my latest sketchbook, which is something I didn't do a lot when I was in art school. I don't know, I was so moody and serious, and I don't know, yeah, I've been having a blast in my sketchbook because if I want to draw a crab, I'll draw a stinking crab. And and I think that's how to keep a sketchbook that you actually like. I mostly used the Westlake in this one, and then I used a little bit of the Devil Kiss, that's such a silly name, and I used that for the sort of mid-tone purple in this, and then I used the red violet just for some accent shadows under the shell and for the little fella's little eyes. So I think that is everything for this video. I hope you enjoy. I feel like my channel is still very much a baby channel, and because of that I am still trying to feel my way around and get an idea of what kind of content I want to make and what kind of content you guys like to watch. And I do really enjoy testing out different art supplies, so I really hope that's something that you guys enjoy watching, but you can let me know down below. These Supervision watercolors will be linked in the description. Another quick thing, I recently added a membership option on my channel. Like a little tip in my tip jar, you can hit that join button. It is 99 cents Canadian or USD monthly, and you can cancel at any time. I just wanted to make it the lowest possible amount, so it's just something a little extra if you feel like it. I made this really cute loyalty badge. It's a little paint tube, and that will be on the side of your username if you choose to become a member. I think I called it Art Friends. So if you want to become my art friend, you get a little paint tube next to your name, and you also get access to a few little emojis I made. One of them is my pink sketchbook. There's a paint palette, there's the tube of paint, and there's even a little Buddha emoji, which is my dog. So yeah, check that out if you are interested. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave it a like, and if you want to see when I post next, you can hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. I will see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.